How's it going, everybody? My name is Dean Cooper, and I'm doing a review on the Tactical Response Instructor Class. First and foremost, I'm a multi-class alumni of Tactical Response. I've pretty much done all of their classes at least once. It was a very big opportunity for me to take this class. As you know, it isn't held very often, and it is a prestigious thing to do. You get instruction from some of the best instructors in the business, in my opinion. The instructors of the class were James Yeager, CEO of Tactical Response, Little. We also had the newest Tactical Response Instructor, Reid, who's former Marine Corps, went to college, became a teacher, actually was a high school teacher. He knows history probably better than anybody I've ever heard. So day one started off with introductions. Everybody met each other, and then we went straight to talking, straight to teaching, straight to instruction. We started with a 3-minute impromptu speech, which is Aaron would have us come up to the podium, and he'd point at a piece of paper that would have a subject, and whatever that subject, he was pointing at it, and then boom, right then and there, 3 minutes right off the rip. So it was a little bit intimidating, but we went up there and we did it. And it was definitely a learning experience, not only for myself, but for everybody. We could give each other advice from day one on our strengths and weaknesses, what directions that we all needed to go in. So it was very helpful that we started right off the rip into an impromptu speech. My speech on day one was about home defense. I had 3 minutes to talk about home defense. Primarily, the first things that came into my head, firearms, locks on the doors, deterrents, things like that. 3 minutes went by very quick. At the end of the day, our homework was to turn that 3-minute presentation into a 15-minute presentation. And we all looked at each other like, this is going to be a tough one. And it's actually funny because once you start talking about a subject that you're interested in and that you're teaching others, you just keep rolling with it. I mean, that 15 minutes, it feels like 5. So, like I stated, I turned my 3-minute home defense presentation into a 15-minute home defense presentation, and it worked out great. One thing that Little had done before I left the podium on day one was he said to me, Dean, think fire extinguishers. So that really got the gears grinding in my head, and I thought, wow, I'm really going to have to get into the whole realm of things. So what I had turned my speech into was natural and man-made disasters and threats, whether it be fire, earthquakes, tornadoes, storms, home invasion, shit hits the fan, wherever I might be. I covered a very wide range of topics, and it was very educating for myself doing my homework that night, and then the next day, as I said, 15 minutes goes by so fast. And you're like, wow, you really have to keep within your time constraints, and you need to break down what's really important and what's not. The other things that were really big in the class was the business aspect. It wasn't more or less, this is how you teach, this is how you don't teach, and teach this class. That wasn't like it at all. We learned business aspect on marketing, marketing promotions. We learned about YouTube, different ways to present, whether it be PowerPoint, pictures, videos. Excuse me, I'm sick. We also learned multiple ways to get our point across to different audiences, whether it be adults, children, things of that nature. There's a different way that you would teach adults than you would teach children. It's all about your audience. So after that, we had started determining that on Friday of the class, the last day of the class was our final exercise, and that was going to be us teaching a basic fighting pistol course to students that had actually registered and signed up on tacticalresponse.com to come and take a class taught by us. That was a surprise to most of us. We didn't know that was going to happen. So what we started to do was we started to determine what we would want to teach in that class, that we would need somebody who has never fired a gun, potentially never even bought a gun, touched a gun, anything. The whole basic shell of firearms, safety, functioning of the firearms, ammunition, storage, everything that you can imagine. So what we did was we put a few options on the board, and it was all trial and error, process of elimination. Now we don't really need this, we need that, we don't need this. My presentation was on ammunition selection. I had 15 minutes of the class to give my ammunition speech, and it worked out great for me. I think I was at 16 minutes is where my time went up to. So I was a little bit over, but it's okay. I wasn't 5 minutes or 10 minutes or a half hour over. And it was a really great experience for me to do that, because it was people that I did not know that were coming there to get knowledge from me. From Dean Cooper, from Tactical Response. We were representing Tactical Response. Everybody in the class learned a lot, asked a lot of questions. They were all very nice people, and it was a really good time for all of us. We all learned a very wide range of valuable information that is irreplaceable. And a lot of people had different reasons why they took the class. Some people actually are planning on doing this for a career or for their current work situation already. Some people want to start a training company, and some people just wanted to do it. Now, my thing is that I was also taught a while ago is that everybody's already an instructor. I was already an instructor before I took this course. If it came down to it, I could teach people, my family, friends, whoever it may be, how to use a firearm safely and efficiently. But this class gave me more skills and more, how should I say, just more tools in the toolbox for me to get that point across. Now, who knows, someday I might decide I want to be a full-time instructor. My career might lead me in that direction. If it does, great. If it doesn't, I still value everything that I learned, and I will continue to use those tools, even when I just simply go to the range with my family. I know that when I come home from a tactical response class, I'm always coming home telling people, hey, check out what I learned, come check this out, let's go in the backyard, I want to show you this. So now it's easier for me to get my point across. The biggest thing that I learned is, personal-wise, is that I need to work on my speech. I do a lot of ahs and ums, and that's something I need to work on. I've also taken public speaking when I was in college, and that was something that my teacher had really taken a grasp on. Also, my accent tends to dissipate. I have a very strong northern accent, but when I'm speaking in more of a quote-unquote professional environment or in front of a group of people, my accent tends to dissipate, which is potentially, it could be a good thing. I would definitely recommend this class to anybody who wants to get into the firearms instructing industry, anybody who wants to teach friends and family, or anybody who, like I said, just wants to get more tools in the toolbox. For me, is another certificate under my belt, another good class under my belt by reputable instructors, a very reputable school. I learned a lot of met a lot of great people. Networking is huge in this industry, as most of you might know. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So again, my name is Dean Cooper, aka the Tactical Guido, and this was my after-action report on the Tactical Response Instructor Class. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, put it on any website you can. I'm going to be posting a lot more interesting videos coming up soon. Anywhere from gear reviews, firearms, prepping. I'm going to have a very wide variety of videos and information on my channel. So like I said, please subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoy future videos. Thank you very much.